My name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. Today what I want to talk about is what it's like to work while having schizophrenia. So I recently got a job at a pizza place and I make the dough. And it's a lot of work. I started probably 2 days ago. The work, I basically have to put the dough powder in a machine and mix a few things, turn the machine on for 10 minutes, and then it stirs the dough, and then the dough obviously becomes dough once the machine's done stirring. After that, you have to pick up the dough, and when you pick up the dough, it's pretty heavy. You put it on the counter, and then you start chopping it. But what's bugging me is the disability program that I'm on that allows me to get a certain amount of money every month just isn't enough for me to really live off of. I mean, it's just enough, but at the same time, it's not enough to go. I can't go on like a little trip here and there. I can't buy myself something every month. If I do, then I'm pretty much broke and relying on other people for food. So I feel like I have to work in order to get an extra income going on. But what's bugging me is I feel like when I'm working, I can't be myself. And not only can I not be myself, but it's like I'm putting on work shoes and it feels like somebody owns me while I'm there. Then I go home and I only have a few hours to myself. Then I gotta get up early in the morning and do the same thing again. So it's not allowing me to be myself. And it really sucks because I think as a spiritual person, I realize that many people don't mind working because they don't actually know themselves. So if you don't actually know yourself, then there's no problem with not being yourself at work because you don't actually know yourself already. So when I have to put on those work shoes and go do some other, when I have to put on those work shoes and be someone else to do work, it's just it's a bit tough. And I don't know where to start with, like owning a business and a lot of the time first of all, I'm a very spiritual person. I do a lot of meditating. I know that I could probably manifest a lot of things if I really put my mind to it, but it's that investment. It's about the investment and where to start with that investment. Do I invest myself with time? Do I invest myself with money? I just don't know where to start. No, I don't really hear much voices at work. I'm pretty well medicated right now, but I do notice that, just working 2 days, I realize that other people must not know themselves because I feel like I have to be someone else when I'm there. So people that have no problem with it must not know themselves, or maybe they're just able to separate their work and home life a bit better than I can. So working with schizophrenia, but also working as a spiritual person, it's kind of difficult. And it's not really the schizophrenia that gets me, it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of work, which, I'm not complaining. I'm a grown man, I can't complain. All I can say is, I don't know how you people do it. I don't know how you people are able to put on those work shoes and give away at least half of your day, come home, be with yourself for 3 hours, and then go to bed, and then give another day, and then have 3 hours to yourself, and then do the same thing again over and over again for years. And most of these jobs say 2 years of experience. Like, really? People spend 2 years doing that, having 3 hours to themselves a day, and then forcing themselves to go to bed when they're not tired so they can get up and do the same thing again. 2 years of experience just so you can get another job where you do the same thing. It's crazy, man. But yeah, it's not only the schizophrenia that makes it tricky. It's just I'm used to having time to myself. I'm used to being myself. I'm used to enjoying myself. I used to meditate before I got sick last time, and I'm just finally starting to do that again. But I have to put on those work shoes and be someone that I'm not. And if I don't do that, I have to take a chance in something. I'm really good at music. I feel like I should be probably doing music. And maybe I will. And maybe I'll do a good job, make some good music. But it's tricky feeling like you have to slave yourself away. I mean, the owner of the place I'm working at, same with any other place, where are they? They come in when they want, they leave when they want, and everybody makes the money for them. It's almost like we're still in slavery. The only difference between modern day slavery and old day slavery is that with modern day slavery, we're convinced we're getting something out of it, when in reality it's just an illusion of money, an illusion of a piece of paper or a piece of plastic, depending on what country you live in, a number in a bank account. That's the difference between modern day slavery and old day slavery. Old day slavery, you worked, but you didn't get paid. Modern day slavery, we work, but we think we're getting something out of it. But really, what are we getting out of it? I mean, a lot of people might say, oh, well, we get to pay our rent, we get to buy our food, we get to go on trips and do... But when you go on trips, did you forget to take off your work shoes? Did you forget where your real shoes are? Are you just going on a trip in work mode, thinking about work when you get back? Pretty soon you're going to lose that natural, pure pair of shoes you had, and you're going to be walking in someone else's shoes. You're going to be walking in your work shoes. You won't even remember what your pure shoes were. What's the point in work if you can't be yourself? What's the point in work if you forget who you are? I mean, it's one thing to forget who you are and to remember who you are, but if I were to work 3 years right now, I'd forget who I am again. Then I would have to remember. So I guess what I'm saying is, even on your days off, you're still going to be thinking about work. You're lucky if you get to take those work shoes off and separate it. I mean, a lot of people might be able to, but for me, I feel like it's just, I don't know, those work shoes are very uncomfortable, and I like being myself, but at the same time, I can't afford the lifestyle I want to live right now. I can't afford to do what I want to do. I'd love to travel the world. I'd love to meet great people. And I would travel the world right now, even during COVID, because I really don't fear COVID. I don't fear COVID at all. All I want to do is be myself and not live in fear, and to be able to afford being me. I can be me without affording it, but the me I'm being really wants to get out there and do things. But those work shoes are very, very, very tough to be in sometimes. It's a lot of work. The lifting, the constant weighing of the dough. This is only 2 days in. What would I be like if I spent 4 months? Would I be more comfortable? Or would I just be desensitized to not being myself? That's the question I'm asking myself. Is it worth it? Or should I focus on something else? And yeah, like I said, it's not... Sorry, my camera cut off there. And like I said, it's not just schizophrenia. It's just my spirituality mixed with the schizophrenia that's making it difficult to work. What am I getting out of work? if what I want to do is to be myself and get out there and travel the world, if that's what I want to do, and I work for it and I save up the money to travel the world, I won't be myself because I worked. Therefore, I can't be myself and travel the world. I can only travel the world and be my working self. And I'm a grown man, like I said. I can't complain. All I'm saying is I don't know how you people do it. But I know 100% there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I will find a way to be myself and to be able to do the things that I want to do. And I love you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. If you have any questions about schizophrenia that you want to get off your chest, please let me know and I'll feel great to answer them. I'm Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia.